Yo, what's up guys, Woozle Gaming, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be covering over the runes for a DPS Mystic in case some of you was wondering how to do it. So it's a runes guide, I suppose, in actually improving your character and improving your skills. So without further ado, let's get straight with it. So you're going to click skills, and as you can see, there's 4 sections: level 20 at the top, level 30, level 33, and level 35. Those are the levels that you need to actually get to before you can unlock those actual rows. Now, in the left side, you get red essences. Middle one is yellow essences, and the right hand side is blue essences. It's the same going down in each column. So you have to kind of distribute them better, and also to make sure you put them in the right skills. So hopefully some of you, probably newer players, will be able to allocate them a lot better than what I have done. So let me show you what I've done and what I suggest you doing. So starting off with Fear Seed, you want to upgrade this as much as possible because it has a 5% chance of giving the Wrath status that increases critical rate by 20% after Dread Blast is being used. It lasts 6 seconds, which is amazing. You want to crit as much as possible, so definitely upgrade this one. And the Dread increases the Distress crit bonus effect by 2%. It goes up by 0.5% each time. What that means is instead of it being 20%, it's now 22%. So it's pretty good. You want to level them both up, of course. Going straight over to Hearts. Now these take blue essences. What this does, it increases the damage of your force of will. As it says, it also decreases the cooldown by 0.25 seconds. That's at level 10. It will obviously improve the higher level you get it. And then in the introspection, it just increases the damage of the actual skill, which obviously increases the damage a lot more than the left hand one, but you also get the cooldown reduction with this. Now going to the level 30 ones, I would suggest putting some more into the ignorance skill, which is for Fearless. So in Fearless, it increases the Dread Blast damage by 10%. Now that's pretty big, it's 1% every single level up. Obviously get that as high as possible, massive damage. Although the Dread Blast isn't too great in the damage actual department, it does reset your suppression, so you do need it in your skill set. So obviously dealing more damage is always a big plus. Fearlessness, do not put that in unless if you're playing the Ferity Spirit. If you're playing the spec that I've just gone through in my previous video, you do not want that. Keep that one at level 1. It's a waste of red runes or red essences for now, so leave that one alone. Now highest virtue, that is a healing one, so we'll come against that in a healing video in the future. And then reliability. Now I actually put these in really early thinking they might be useful in the future. I don't know how useful these are going to be, so I wouldn't put points in these just yet. I would stick all of your blue essences in Heart and Heart alone, but reliability I've gone 10-10. You know, maybe in the future you will need some you know, resist and slow binds and immobilizing. We'll just see how things go. It's mostly for PvP though, but I will keep those at level 1 unless if you really feel like you need those. So going to the level 33 skills. In Deathly Void, now this one's massive. As you can see, level 14, Void Secrets, increases dreadful damage by 7%, but Magellana's Judgement, the path that we have decided to go for on the DPS bit that you guys will be using watching this video, is it increases it by 50% as it is. So this will then increase it by a further 7%, making it, you know, to be fair, it's one of your most damaging abilities. It's also AoE, so you want to level this one up as much as possible. And Void Mastery, it decreases the cooldown by 0.28% at level 11. You know, lower cooldowns is always good. The lower the cooldown, the more damage, and the more often you'll be able to use it throughout a fight, meaning big damage. Thumbs up, guys. Okay, so going straight over to the first. Now, this one is all about the Arcane Sigil. Now, if you remember what I said in my previous video about putting Arcane Sigil down first, and you're probably thinking why, this is it. So, when the Light of Sigil is used, it leaves behind an arcane realm with a radius of 10 yards that lasts 6 seconds. That's that totem in the middle that I mentioned. The spell damage of players who enter the Arcane Realm is increased by 10% for 1.5 seconds. Now 10% is pretty big. Now 1.5 seconds, sorry, bit of heartburn coming in that. Okay, so 1.5 seconds, that is what you're increasing by leveling it up. So the more you level it, the longer the buff lasts. Now, from what I've gathered, the totem is down for quite some time. You stay within the radius, you're always going to have that buff up continuously. Once your circle actually disappears, your totem will stay up a little bit longer, and that is where the buff comes in play, and you are getting the extra 10%. So you want to stay within that radius, and you will still be, you'll still be getting the buff. So if you've ever used Light Sigil and you're kind of thinking, why is my totem staying around a little bit longer? That is why. Now, Ancient Contract, it increases the spell damage by an extra 5.5%. So instead of it being 10%, you then add 5.5% onto it to make it 15.5%. So you're actually dealing 15.5% more damage when you stay within the totem. Now, if you need to move because the skill comes in, obviously you're going to lose that damage. It's not 100%, pure extra damage. So you can't see it like that, but it works on all skills. That is why this skill and this path and basically this rune upgrade is massive. And I highly suggest you getting this one sorted out, especially when you're playing DPS. Obviously it makes a little difference when you are playing healer. So keep that in mind. Then Void Child, you don't need to put anything into it because you are not using this skill. Again, this is a Fairy Tea Spirit skill. Do not want that. 35. Again, you don't want anything in intelligence. Basically, you don't want anything in any of these besides positive feedback, and even these are kind of like, maybe not. So motivation. Dreadful has a 3.5% chance of producing a Void Golem. Now, I've heard the Void Golem is okay, but I don't know why people say that because I've never seen it deal any damage. And after all, it just say motivation, so it's like, hey, I'm motivating you to do some more Dreadfuls. I've not actually seen it do anything. And I even tried it, used it, saw the Void Golem come up, and I didn't see it do anything. I'm not saying it doesn't, because I'm seeing the damage hits from the Dreadful, and I'm not too sure if it's extra damage or if it's damage from the actual skill. If anyone can confirm that for me, that'd be amazing. But for now, I would just put points in this one if you feel like it's useful, or if you know if it's useful, or if you just like to see a golem pop up. It's pretty cool. The golem's pretty nice to see, I suppose. And then feedback. Force of Will give you an Arcane Shield that is 4% as effective as a regular Arcane Shield. Now, Arcane Shield is obviously the bubble ability that you guys are using as a healer. You probably used it because it is on your actual Mystic selection skills when you first make a Mystic. But the 4% is a very, very, very small shield. However, it could potentially save you in the future. I wouldn't go throwing points into it because it's not going to really help your damage at all. It'll help your survivability at best. So I would stick all of your yellow essences in basically this section here. Now you can also increase the distress and the dread for sure. I would definitely work on those for damage, but also you've got the Arcane Realm and the Ancient Contract. Basically those are the two you want to be using your yellow essences on. All of your blue essences will be going into the top right one called Heart. You just use all of your blue essences on this one and that one alone. And then red ones, you just focus on Fearless. In Ignorance, do not touch Fearlessness, only Fearless. All of Deadly Void is amazing. Get that leveled up on both of them. And that is pretty much it. I think I've covered all of the runes. If you guys would like to add anything extra, be sure to let me know. If you would like to see some more DPS guides from me, maybe for some more Mystics, Healers, Verity Spirits, why not? Or even the Rangers and Warriors, I'd be more than happy to make a character and to learn how the character works to make a guide for you guys if you found this useful. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to sub to the channel. And everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening. Have a great day. And I'll see you later on. See ya.